Yeah, guys, the Dutch GP weekend. Few teams brought upgrades. Teams like Alpine, a well upgraded Alpine. We saw their performance. Cadillac keeps bringing upgrade. The McLaren team brought a revised rear wings. A lot of teams brought a lot of beats, especially circuit performance upgrades. But looking at the progress, I think the biggest winner still remains the McLaren, because all through the practice, McLaren showed the heart. They showed that they were there in contention. They were strongly in contention and they were not here to joke. McLaren showed that all through they were solid. Oscar Piastri was a little bit behind, but his teammate Lando Norris was just pumping some action and some time into the bottle. And also Kimi Antonelli, he was on for it today. He made a lot of mistakes. He ruffled the car to the limit. That is one thing with Kimi Antonelli. He ruffles the car to the limit. If you think Charles Leclerc is a good qualifier, no. You need to see what Kimi Antonelli does to his car. He pushed the car to the limit, except there are mistakes he makes. And he's still young. He can make mistakes. He's still young. He's still the youngest driver for me on the track. Yes, we have Average Lindblad, but Average is still 18 years old or thereabout. But Kimi Antonelli pushing the limit at that level is another juice. Although we saw some mistakes from his side, but the boy is showing that he has the heart, and that heart is not leaving lightly on the table. We saw Kimi Antonelli doing a very great job today. Lewis Hamilton doing a great job up until qualifying, both himself and Kimi Antonelli. The Red Bull struggled all through. The qualifying, the practice, Red Bull were behind. They were not in it at all. They were struggling all through. All through, it was all struggle for them. And I think the Red Bull knows where they are going to now. They have a lot of work to do. For this, they have a lot of work to do. Aston Martin came in smashing it, but remember Alpine brought upgrades. So Aston Martin's upgrade looks like they're still learning from it. I think they brought 15 more horsepower into this race. They said they have 30 horsepower in their Adobe. They've brought 15, but they think they need to be bringing it little by little so that they can see if the vibrations will come back or there will be instabilities on the car. But they are trying to see how the upgrades, the car and the engine, perfect and see what else they can do to improve what they are doing. But I think they're on the right direction. They are miles ahead of Cadillac now. They look ahead of the Williams. But Aston Martin today in qualifying made a lot of mistakes. So those mistakes, mistakes can't forgive you in Formula 1. You make one simple mistake, it's gone. Mistakes don't forgive. Mistakes don't leave angers on the table. The Racing Bulls were in it. Lindblad was just pumping time. Yuki Tsunoda came in for Liam Lawson. Yuki Tsunoda did a tremendous job. Being out in Formula 1 for over a year and coming back, he did a great job. And I think we are going to see a better version of him in the series is going to. Don't count him out. He's a very good driver. So the main sprint qualifying, because that is the main thing you are going to see tomorrow, was probably we should be going to the lower 1 minute 10s or 9s. Last year we had the early 1 minute 7. These cars next year might be faster, but let's see. So Alonso qualified last. Perez, Bottas, Stroll, Sainz and Oliver Bierman. Ocon out qualifying his teammates, is refreshed. They've touched his head, they've touched his mind, and he's looking much fresh. Charles Leclerc was P1 in SQ1, Norris, Piastri and Hamilton. But the race is looking between three teams: McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari. That is where the race lies in. That's where it all lies. That's where the whole shenanigans of the race will lie. But I think the Ferrari have the upper hand on that track. They have a great car. It's a track that will be difficult to overtake, but they have a great car, a more resilient car. Let's see what the Mercedes will be able to pull out. In SQ2, we had Lawson out, Tsunoda. That's a great work for Tsunoda. Qualifying 12th. Tsunoda out, Colapinto, Ocon, Ocon, good qualifying for him, and Albon. They were all out. Piastri topped the timesheet. Norris, Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, and Antonelli. But in the SQ3, that is where we separate the boys from the men. Russell was able to outqualify his teammate, and he took the P1 position, while Norris did a great job. Second, Charles Leclerc third, Piastri fourth, Antonelli fifth, Verstappen sixth, Hamilton seventh, Gasly eighth, Bortoleto ninth, and 10th for Average Lindblad. Great qualifying for him. Now, Kimi Antonelli made mistakes, a lot of mistakes in qualifying in that SQ3. He made a whole lot of mistakes, himself and Hamilton. Other drivers made mistakes, but theirs were so conspicuous. And those mistakes could have made Kimi Antonelli and Lewis Hamilton's time very similar. Could have been very similar. And I think that single practice, and also all of them came out for a one-round shootout. Just shoot it out and let's go. So they did 2 laps, and that was what they did. So what most of them did was 2 cool down laps. Then they went gunning it down, which was what really affected I think Antonelli and Lewis Hamilton. Tomorrow's race will be different. They should be running on mediums or probably soft. Some teams will take a gamble and do soft. Will the soft be able to do 20 to 25 laps? That sprint should be like 20 to 25 laps. Will the soft be able to do it, or the bench on medium and the medium wear out? Would there be rain? Because in the early morning qualifying, the rain dried off. They were able to start with inters, then went straight to medium tires. Some did add. Then in the afternoon it was pure sun, pure joy. So tomorrow morning you might have some little rain. Will it be enough to sustain and to put these guys in the mood for it? Because to be attack all through tomorrow, the sprint race and the qualifying to be attack all through. So which tire would they be going for? I bench, a lot of teams will be going for soft, while few will be going for medium, just to upset themselves. The offset will do a great job. It will be a very good race tomorrow, a great qualifying I expect tomorrow, and I think a lot of teams would have learned and know where to really adjust and fix and put their cars in the right line. Up until tomorrow, I love you guys. Bye. Cheers.